Saturday morning, and welcome to a very special Belmont Stakes edition of everybody's favorite half-hour show, Blinkers Off. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Belmont Stakes Day to all of you out there. 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 out here on the West Coast. Boy, what a 30-minute show we have planned for you. Most of you are aware, Casino Drive, second choice morning line in the Belmont, undefeated, a lot of buzz with this horse, not going, bruised left hind, scratched this morning, went on the track, jogged a bit, and was favoring that left hind. So Casino Drive not going. We'll be talking a lot about that over the next 30 minutes, and we'll be doing so with senior correspondent from Blood Horse. He's one of the great riders in racing. He's been one for quite a long time. He's Steve Haskin. He'll join us from Belmont Park in a moment. We have someone who works for the New York Times, Melissa Hoppert, copy editor, and also editor of The Rail, a very popular blog. I want to get her take on, well, let her tell us what people are talking about. Are they talking about Dutch Row and Ivor Road? I guess they're talking about Casino Drive now, or a majority of people talking about Big Brown trying to be the first Triple Crown winner in 30 years. We'll talk to her. And again, it'll be a perfect ending to today's show. We will talk to our good friend here at Blinkers Off. You love him. He's also a blog boy guru. He's Dan Illman from the Daily Racing Forum. He will join us as well. So 3 special guests, all at Belmont Park. More handicapping with Dan. We'll talk about the historical significance of Big Brown with Steve Haskin. We'll talk about what a bunch of you are talking about with Melissa Hoppert. She'll be our second guest. But our first guest, again, senior correspondent, Blood Horse Magazine, joins us right now from Belmont Park. Man who lives in Philly, but right now in New York where all the action is. He's Steve Haskin. Steve, how are you?
I'm doing good, Matt. How are you?
Yeah, just because you win the Triple Crown doesn't necessarily make you a great racehorse. It is just a great achievement. All right, ready for guest number 2 on this special Saturday edition of Blinkers Off. Copy editor for the New York Times, also editor of a popular blog called The Rail, Melissa Hoppert joins us right now from Belmont. Melissa, nice to meet you. Well, we talked briefly yesterday, but first time I've seen you. So, how are you?
I'm okay. I wish Casino Drive didn't scratch this morning. That kind of created a little of a situation for us.
So what
not that many people were up to deal with the blog, so we've been scrambling. But I mean, I'm a little upset that he's not running. I picked him to upset Big Brown, and most of our contributors picked him to upset Big Brown, and I think we're all a little sad by it. But
yeah, it definitely lessens the race. He was sort of the sexy pick in the Belmont as well. So let's get back to your blog, The Rail. So, you know, again, because it just happened earlier this morning, some people talking about Casino Drive, some people talking about, obviously, Big Brown trying to make history and do something that hasn't been done in 30 years. People talking about Dutch Row. Give us the gossip. What are people talking? Give us something juicy, Melissa.
The juicy stuff, I would say, is that everybody thinks it's a conspiracy theory. There's been several. There's
what's the conspiracy
Big Brown's people. Big Brown's people bought off Casino Drive's people. There's Tanya Harding is let loose in the backside of Belmont Park.
Jeff Galooly and Sean Eckert have been seen.
Yeah, they've definitely been running with that. In fact, we have
Oliver
a poster
Stone going on right now. A lot of Oliver Stone conspiracy theory type stuff.
Definitely. We have a poster named Nancy K who's been posting a lot of the Tanya Harding stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. People wonder why he's been there so long, why all of a sudden he's been scratched. Has this been a problem that's been going on and we just found out about it? There's been a lot of talk, but a lot of conspiracy theory talk. There's a lot of talk about Dutch Row and the Big Brown people. A lot of people don't like them. There's some people who are big supporters of Big Brown. So we've had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we're showing Casino Drive win the Peter Pan, and to me it's just mind-boggling that people can even think that at all. This is a horse that they've wanted the Belmont Stakes since the day he was born. They come all the way from Japan. The purses are slightly bigger over there as well because the owner, Casino Drive, is a big-time sportsman. He wanted his horse to be seen in the States and do his thing at a race in which he was bred to win. The Belmont Stakes in a mile and a half. So I think all that stuff is pretty hilarious. From your perspective, how important is it for horse racing in general, though, to get a Triple Crown winner, to have one?
I think it's really important, especially for younger fans like myself. we haven't seen a Triple Crown in our lifetime, and with all the things that have happened with 8 Bells and Barbaro and all that, I think you really need a Triple Crown right now to get people interested in the sport again, especially after what happened with 8 Bells and Barbaro.
All right, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, because you worked for the Baltimore Sun, right? So you covered the Preakness in 2006, the race obviously in which Barbaro had his career-ending injury.
Right.
And then what? So I mean, racing it's such a high today. If Big Brown could win the belt and win the Triple Crown, but things didn't really start out so well in this Triple Crown, even though Big Brown looked great winning that race. 8 Bells, I mean, we all know the story. She ran second, and somehow in the gallop out simultaneously fractured both of her front ankles and had to be euthanized on the racetrack. And since right after that incident, racing took a lot of heat, Melissa, and all these different committees and groups were all of a sudden formed, and they're going to take a look at how to improve the breed. What should we do with race day medications? What about steroids in this game? What do you think is going to come out of the tragedy that involved 8 Bells in the Derby this year?
I think there will be some change. I think it started with Barbaro. They moved to the synthetic tracks after that. They've been pushing for the synthetic tracks after that. I think they're going to try and form some sort of commission. I think they're going to try and ban steroids. They announced yesterday that they're going to do the Breeders' Cup without steroids. I think that we're going to definitely see that. I think there will be some changes. I think they have a lot of work to do. I hope to see some changes. We've had a lot of discussion on our blog. We have Jim Squires, who's a breeder. We have Alex Brown, who's an exercise jockey, and all of them agree that changes need to be made. And after the 8 Bells situation, we had over 500 comments on our blog that night alone.
Wow.
Just people concerned for horses and horse racing. So I think that people want to see change. It's not just there's a small group of people. I think everyone, even people inside the industry, want to see change.
What about they're going to honor? I know there were talks about honoring 8 Bells at Belmont. Owner Rick Porter said, "No, this is Big Brown's time. We'll honor her at the Derby in 2009." What are your thoughts on that? Should they do it now, or is it too late to honor her next year, or is that appropriate?
I think it's appropriate right now, given everything that's going on with the Triple Crown. Initially, Porter there was 2 petitions going, one for rigging 8 Bells during the Belmont, one during the Kentucky Derby.
Right.
And initially, he supported both. And then when Big Brown was going through the Triple Crown, and he thought it over, he said, and he decided just to today is really Big Brown's day.
Sure.
And that they're going to honor
today.
her with Kentucky Derby. And I think yeah, I agree. I think that's appropriate. I think a lot of people, 8 Bells will be on a lot of people's minds today, and I don't think that they're trying to gloss over that, but I do think it's more appropriate at the Derby.
Okay, before we get to Dan Illman in a minute, I got to leave all of you with the question, the obvious question: can Big Brown lose today? Any chance?
I have to go with Rick Dutrow and say him winning is a foregone conclusion. I can't see him losing. I picked Casino Drive to win, and without Casino Drive in the race, I can't see Big Brown losing.
All right, Melissa, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Nice
Thank you.
Discussing the 140th Belmont Stakes. The Melissa Hoppert, copy editor, New York Times, also editor of The Rail, a very popular blog. Melissa, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, one guest left. One guest left. Dan Illman.